A sharp Caro-Kann defense advance variation signals an aggressive start in Asian Individual Chess Championships 2025 Open Round 2, with Vasilkov taking on Dai. On e4. On c6. On d4. On d5 transposed into Caro-Kann defense advance variation. On e5. Bishop f5. Bishop e2. On e6. Knight f3. Knight d7. King castled kingside. On h6. On a4. Knight e7. Knight bd2. On a6. On a5. Vasilkov's idea is to play on c3, knight c8, on b4 and gain a significant edge. On g5 played by Dai. Knight b3, queen c7, bishop d2, king castled queenside. On c4. On f6. Rook c1. It is novelty move. Vasilkov might go for on takes f6. Knight takes f6. On takes d5. Knight takes d5. Knight e5. Knight g6. Knight takes c6 and establish a winning position. Knight g6 played by Dai. Dai is preparing to play on takes c4. Bishop takes c4. On takes e5. On takes e5. Knight takes e5 and increase their advantage significantly. Knight e1 played by Vasilkov. On takes c4. Bishop takes c4. On takes e5. On g4. Threatening pawn takes f5. Bishop e4 played by Dai. Bishop takes e6. Queen d6. Threatening queen takes e6. Knight c5 played by Vasilkov. Vasilkov wants to play queen b3. Queen c7. Knight takes e4 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Bishop d5 played by Dai. Bishop f5. Stop here and find the strongest move for Dai. On takes d4 is a strong choice, since on f4. Knight h4. Bishop takes d7 check. Rook takes d7. On takes g5. On takes g5. Dai have small advantage shifting to the main variation. Dai is looking to play bishop takes e6. Knight takes e6. Queen takes e6 and seize the initiative. Bishop f5 played by Vasilkov. King b8. Stop here and find the strongest move for Vasilkov. Knight takes d7 check is the right idea because rook takes d7. On takes e5. Knight takes e5. On f4. On takes f4. Bishop takes f4 position is equal. Let's analyze the main line. Vasilkov's idea is to play knight ed3. On takes d4. Knight takes d7. Rook takes d7. Knight c5 and put immense pressure on the opponent. King b8 is not the best move played by Dai. Threatening pawn takes d4. Queen c2 slightly worse move played by Vasilkov. Vasilkov is aiming to play Knight takes d7 check. Rook takes d7. Bishop takes g6 and increase their advantage significantly. Rook g8 played by Dai. Knight takes d7 check. Rook takes d7. Pawn takes e5. Knight takes e5. Bishop takes d7. Queen takes d7. Queen f5. Threatening queen takes e5 check. Queen c7 played by Dai. Dai is planning to play Bishop d6. Pawn f4. Knight c4. Rook takes c4. Bishop takes c4 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Pawn f4 played by Vasilkov. Threatening queen takes e5. Knight c4 played by Dai. Dai is looking to play Bishop c5 check. Rook f2. Bishop takes f2 check and establish a winning position. Rook takes c4 played by Vasilkov. Bishop takes c4. Rook f2. Bishop d6. Dai is planning to play Queen e7. Pawn b4. Pawn takes f4. Knight g2. Bishop e6 and establish a winning position. Pawn takes g5 played by Vasilkov. Pawn takes g5. Bishop takes g5. Rook e8. Threatening bishop takes h2 check. Knight d3 played by Vasilkov. Bishop takes d3. Queen takes d3. Bishop c5. Bishop h4. Vasilkov is preparing to play Bishop g3. Rook f8. Bishop takes c7 check and establish a winning position. Queen takes a5 played by Dai. Bishop g3 check. King a8. Dai considers playing Queen b4. Queen f3. Queen takes b2 and take decisive advantage. King g2 played by Vasilkov. Bishop takes f2. Bishop takes f2. Queen b4. Queen f3. Queen takes b2. Pawn g5. Pawn c5. Pawn h4. Pawn c4. Pawn g6. Pawn c3. Queen f7. Threatening queen takes e8 mate. Queen e2 played by Dai. Dai is planning to play Pawn c2. Queen f4. Queen d3. King h2. Queen c3. Queen c1. Queen e5 check. Bishop g3. Queen e2 check and increase their advantage significantly. Pawn g7 played by Vasilkov. Queen g4 check. King h2. Rook c8. Do not rush. Can you find the strongest move for Vasilkov? Bishop e3 is the correct move because Pawn c2. Queen f8. Queen takes h4 check. King g1. Queen d8. Queen f4. Still Vasilkov is losing. Let's proceed to the main line. Vasilkov is preparing to play Queen takes e8 check. Queen c8. Queen takes c8 mate and establish a winning position. Rook c8 played by Dai. Queen e7. Slightly worse move played by Vasilkov. Queen f4 check. King g2. Vasilkov considers playing. Queen e6. Queen b8. Bishop g3. On c2. Bishop takes b8 and seizes the initiative. On c2 played by Dai. Dai is preparing to play. Queen g4 check. King h2. On promotes to queen at c1 and seizes the initiative. Queen e3 played by Vasilkov. Threatening queen a7 mate. Queen takes e3 played by Dai. Bishop takes e3. Rook g8. Vasilkov had no choice but to throw in the towel.